Good afternoon, political leader of the MSJ, deputy political leader, other members of the executive, members of the party, brothers and sisters, comrades, activist council members, those viewing who are virtual, and again, welcome to this afternoon session. This conference is taking place against a backdrop of multiple challenges for the country and the world arising out of the global pandemic, which has killed 3 million persons so far and driven millions into poverty, hunger, and unemployment, while a few have multiplied their wealth many times over. In Trinidad and Tobago, this scenario has been exacerbated by poor economic management and decision making by the PNM-led government over the last years, as the oil economy has been declining and the economy has been significantly contracting. The government seems hopeless and ill-prepared to deal with our challenges. In 2018-19, I remember the Prime Minister, Dr. Rowley, with wand in hand, addressed the country promising jobs and hope, and that proposing that they had the economy under control. MSJ were the first to respond to that presentation by Dr. Rowley, and that we indicated that he was painting a false narrative for the country. We said the government was leading the country into steep economic decline and that we will have high unemployment and significant decline in foreign exchange by 2021. 3 years later, it is clear for all to see that Dr. Rowley's prognosis was a total failure. And he cannot blame the pandemic for the decline, as the PNM government has been leading the country along that path for the last 7 years. Dr. Rowley and the PNM are responsible for many bad decisions which have significantly impacted the country. And you, the members of the Congress, can pronounce on the following: guilty or not guilty. First, Dr. Rowley did not take any advice from the Economic Development Board. Guilty or not guilty? Secondly, he ignored the advice of the team to restructure Petrotrin and not shut it down. Guilty or not guilty? Decimating the economy of South Trinidad. Guilty or not guilty? Imagine 3 of the largest banks in the world were prepared to back the union's plan for patriotic, and Rowley and Imbert said that they were wrong. Guilty or not guilty? Rowley ignored the advice of the NGC Technical Committee on pricing for gas from BP and other multinationals, went to Houston and signed off on what the multinationals wanted, and have now put the whole of Point Lisas into jeopardy. Guilty or not guilty? Clearly, he and the PNM do not take sound advice, and they are prepared to risk the economic fortunes of the country because he and the PNM knows it all. To make matters worse, on the opposition benches are a set of charlatans and members of the kleptocracy. And for those who are not sure what that means, a kleptocracy is a government by those who seek chiefly status and personal gain at the expense of the governed. And we know that is clearly falls into the lap of the UNC. Look how they're wiping it in the people's face as they have brought back Arnel Roberts to sit in the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago. UNC are also guilty. And when they see that their reign may be threatened, they gang up to deny the workers the possibility of seeing what worker-led development is about. That is why both the UNC and the PNM were against the workers getting patriotic off the ground. They did not want to see what the union, with all the profits from the venture, would do to assist persons in transforming their lives. And of course, they wanted to deny the workers having that kind of money in hand to challenge them for power. So today, the MSJ reinvigorates itself to take on the challenge of becoming the government of Trinidad and Tobago in these difficult times. There are quite a number of new faces in the leadership and a large number of young persons and women at that. We have a demanding task ahead if we are to win power in Trinidad and Tobago. This fourth National Congress sets the stage for the road ahead. And with this, I generally open this fourth National Congress of the MSJ. Thank you.